they will tell you it's 5% flat, which means if you are borrowing 100 million, you are paying back 5 million naira flat as the return or their interest you are paying to them. In the financial sector, that's not what they do there. What we do in the financial sector instead is paid per annum. So you see, the public needs to be enlightened. They need to really know. In fact, before you invest in any financial institution, find out first if they are actually registered with SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. They are the regulating arm of investment banking. Then followed by Central Bank of Nigeria. Check, go online, Google their name. If this particular investment scheme is licensed by Securities and Exchange Commission, before you can even put your money there.
Before you can put your money there. All right, we will go on a commercial break shortly. And then when we come back, we'll look at the high inflation and interest rates influencing investment behavior. Stay tuned to us.
For more talk,
What is a conversation on radio without feedbacks from you, the listener? As your number one station for talk, we pride ourselves in not just having engaging conversations that will enlighten, inform, educate, and sometimes even entertain you. From social issues, politics, business, or the stories making the headlines, we make you the center of those conversations by getting your thoughts and opinions too. We would love to hear from you. Be a part of our conversations in Nigeria Info FM Port Harcourt and share your views via the following outlets. Call us live on 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. Or drop a message for us at Nigeria Info PH on X and at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. Ensure to always be civil and keep your conversations in tandem with the ongoing discussion. Also try to be brief and straight to the point so other contributors and contributions can also be accommodated. Nigeria Info FM. Real people, real conversations. Let's talk. What is a conversation on radio without feedbacks from you, the listener? As your number one station for talk, we pride ourselves in not just having engaging conversations that will enlighten, inform, educate, and sometimes even entertain you. From social issues, politics, business, or the stories making the headlines, we make you the center of those conversations by getting your thoughts and opinions too. We would love to hear from you. Be a part of our conversations in Nigeria Info FM Port Harcourt and share your views via the following outlets. Call us live on 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. Or drop a message for us at Nigeria Info PH on X and at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. Ensure to always be civil and keep your conversations in tandem with the ongoing discussion. Also try to be brief and straight to the point so other contributors and contributions can also be accommodated. Nigeria Info FM. Real people, real conversations. Let's talk. What is a conversation on radio without feedbacks from you, the listener? As your number one station for talk, we pride ourselves in not just having engaging conversations that will enlighten, inform, educate, and sometimes even entertain you. From social issues, politics, business, or the stories making the headlines, we make you the center of those conversations by getting your thoughts and opinions too. We would love to hear from you. Be a part of our conversations in Nigeria Info FM Port Harcourt and share your views via the following outlets. Call us live on 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. Or drop a message For us, at Nigeria Info PH on X and at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. Ensure to always be civil and keep your conversations in tandem with the ongoing discussion. Also try to be brief and straight to the point so other contributors and contributions can also be accommodated. Nigeria Info FM. Real people, real conversations. Let's talk. What is a conversation on radio without feedbacks from Dr. Bridget? And we'll move on to the next thing on the list, talking about the current high inflation rate. How are the current high inflation rate and interest rates influencing investment behavior, and what strategies can investors use to hedge against these effects?
Okay, now current inflation rate is 21.88. In Nigeria. It has dropped. Previously it was 22 points. Now that it has dropped, it means inflation and interest rates, they go together. They go hand in hand. Inflation means persistent rise in price of goods and services. Those that are into construction, the market woman selling food. Those that are into construction, the market woman selling food will increase the price of these products. Even the service sector, if you are going to say a medical doctor in the hospital, the medical doctor will increase the service, because he will tell you that he will pay transport, he will pay his staff, price will rise. Even the staff will demand for wage increments, because they will still come back to the same market that both the rich, the poor are shopping. So once there is increase in price, it affects every aspect of the economy. I'm not even talking about the rise in fuel. So now, if inflation keep rising, interest rates, normally the interest rate on investment will also rise, because the investor is trying to make a return on his money or his investments. If I give you, let's say money markets, if I give you my money, let's say 10 million, that you should invest for me for 1 year. Like I said, interest is calculated per annum, which is per year. You cannot say, okay, I don't want to do 1 year. You are suspecting that rate might rise. That's what investors think. Okay, now if I put my 10 million for 1 year at 18 to 20%, the per annum, that's about 1.8 million naira to 2 million. Then there's tax on it, 10% withholding tax. So that 18 to 80% has not covered the inflation rate. You are still losing. Because if inflation is 21.88, let's say approximately 22, and I'm investing at 18 to 20% per annum, you are still losing to 2%.
Wow.
Approximately. But at least the margin, the gap is closed. The gap is closed. You have not recouped your money. Where an investor will say, yes, I've made money, is when the return you are getting is above the inflation rate. That's where you know that you have actually made real return on investment. Now, investment in money markets has really affected the economy, because most business people in Nigeria, the ease of doing business is very poor. It's very high. The reason is because there's high cost of living. You go and rent a shop, you pay the shop rent, you pay staff, operating expenses, diesel, security guard. Then if you're a manufacturing sector, the cost of buying the raw material is high.
And equipment as well.
And equipment as well. Servicing and all manner of costs. You even turn to government taxes, levy that they will pay. So by the time you put up all these operating expenses, your return will be very small. In fact, you might make a loss. So if you look around, so many businesses have shut down. They are not running again. Look at Port Harcourt. If you look at the town, it's no longer bubbling. So many people have just decided, okay, I don't want stress. Instead of me to be running at a loss, and the loss is huge. It's not small loss. If you put them together, it is better I just throw my money to money market. I don't do anything, give it to financial institution, sit at home, and I don't need to call anybody. The verified one, we started, I said, before you put your money, be sure that this is a legal one, not a Ponzi scheme. This is an authorized investment bank or investment financial institution. Even commercial bank, they are doing it. You can do fixed deposit there. You can do money markets, you can do BA, that is bankers acceptance, commercial paper, a whole lot of them, mutual fund.
Just highlight, for the average Nigerian. I have this XYZ amount. What are we using on treasury bills? I remember one time a particular company was selling shares.
Yes.
And they said with as little as you can come and buy shares. So what are the ones we have currently in Nigeria that the average Nigerian can relate to? The average business person too, because some people have huge bulk money from their business. They have put the ones they need to put back into their business, but this one is just there sitting somewhere and they're looking for ways or avenues to grow the money.
Well, there are a lot of investment that an average Nigerian, I'm talking of money market investments, because you have real estate investments. For those that are inflation sensitive, some people feel like put my money in land and building properties, they edge against inflation, because no matter the inflation, they fear that the land will not erode unless there is a natural disaster that will now make the land not to appreciate. If not, it is assumed that land will always appreciate and inflation might not affect it. But that can also be proven. You can buy land today at 10 million, and then maybe next year or 2 years you might be pressed. You are expecting that, okay, I'm going to sell it for 20 million, you end up selling for 12 million. So if you look at it, it's just 20% you have made on it too. And then for you to get a quick buyer at the time you needed the money, it might not be there. You put up your property today. It's not like the money market where you just write an instruction, send it to your bank or your financial institution or your investment manager. Please, I'm in urgent need of cash, drop my investment. Highest they'll tell you, give us 24 to 48 hours notice. So say 3 days notice, and your money is in your account, and you are charged on little penalty on the accrued interest. Whereas when you come to, everything has advantages and disadvantages. When you come to property market, as you put it up, you might not get buyer in the next 1 year. Some might even get buyer maybe 6 months. Some might get buyer 3 months, 1 month. Properties, it can be car, it can be building, land, plain one. Once you want to sell a property, the buyer is not readily there. That's just the disadvantage of property market. But now for the money market, an average Nigerian can invest at least with even 50,000 naira. Why am I saying 10,000? You can invest in mutual fund. The ones that are trending now. There's mutual fund. You go to some banks, I won't mention name. They are there. Mutual funds are there. Collective investment scheme. You have you want people save small over a period of time with 10,000, 20,000, 50K. You are saving. You are getting 14% return on them per annum. So your money is not normally based on CBN policy. All savings accounts should be having about 7 to 8% interest rates. Your idle fund in the bank. But there is a tie to that.